Okay, so here we are. Before we begin, I just wanted to say I'm doing something a little bit differently today in the fact that I'm using Garden Warfare, like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare footage over me talking. So it's very different. I usually talk over Skylanders, or I usually just talk over a whole bunch of pictures of me, Jesse, and whoever we decide to do the podcast with. But that's beside the point. Hopefully you guys enjoy the Garden Warfare gameplay, recorded by me, of course. Um, I've been recently getting into this game, and, I just feel like I had to. Beside the point. Um, why I'm talking now is, so basically, I just wanted to clear up the podcast. Now, as you guys may or may not know, I host a podcast called The Starter Pack, and I host it with Jesse the Lamest here on YouTube, beloved tech YouTuber, not really YouTuber, Mr. Driller Speedrunner. Beside the point. So we like to do some, videos every now and then, and we decided to start the podcast, and the podcast did really well, and we interviewed everybody in the Skylanders community. Maybe not everybody. There's still a good chunk of people who, unfortunately will have to wait their turn. Now, some people may have noticed, after the, 8th episode, all of a sudden, it's been a couple of weeks and no episode. What's going on here? Well, I'm here to tell you that don't worry, we are still trying to work some things out. So one of the biggest things is I'm trying to make the last episode be a good one. What's really an issue is I have ran out of time so many different times, and here we are. We're in a month in, and still we haven't done anything with it. Episode 9 is done, and is edited, and is ready to be published, but I figured I'd release them around the same time, just so people wouldn't have to wait an extra week for the last one, just kind of make the wait worth it. But unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that anymore. I kind of feel like, hey, maybe I should, still split them up because it's been so long without any sort of content. Now, you might be like, what, have you just ran out of people to talk to? I can just get my friend on. No, it's not that. Because trust me, we have a whole server full of 30 different people, and only 10 of them have been interviewed, alright? So, I haven't run out of people. It's just that I plan to. Oh my god, that voice crack was terrible. I plan to keep this going a lot longer than just 10 episodes. As you may know, the 10th episode is going to be the final one of quote unquote this season. And then I'm going to do something. I'm going to kick it back with another season. We're going to do animated intros. This and this. Whatever ambitious thing we have, which nothing is planned or set in stone. But I do want to continue doing this because I love talking to people. I speak Japanese. It's funny. So people like to come to me a lot and say, hey, I want to be on the podcast. I'm in the Skylanders community. Or, hey, my friend should be on because he's cool. Or this, and this. And it's one of the biggest things is I got to know the person first. I got to know who I'm talking to a little bit. Where I was first when I did the podcast with Boombringer, I had already known him for about 10 months at that point. Actually, it doesn't matter, 9 months at that point. So we had already established a friendship, and we already knew each other. Same thing with Deer, I had known him for a while, and same thing with Cloudbreaker, Skylander Gamer TV. I had known them for a minute. But I am kind of off topic from all that. I'm trying to get somebody really big on. Now, I unfortunately am having problems getting to this mystery person, who I will not confirm until maybe closer to the date. It's kind of a struggle right now, but I'm trying my best. I've gotten some very close calls, and there's actually 2 people I wanted to reach out to. Both of which, I'll just say now, have over 1 million YouTube subscribers, so that's kind of cool. Nothing is set in stone, but those, I've got 2 people or 2 channels rather, who I'm trying to get a hold of to do the podcast with. Now, unfortunately, it is kind of it's kind of difficult getting a hold of those people, whether it be because, they're millions of subscribers and everybody just tries to contact them every day, so it just never gets through, or whatever. And even if we've gotten really close, it seems like it's always just held above our heads, and it's kind of frustrating. But I understand in a sense. So that's kind of where we are with that. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna announce or say who we're trying to talk to, because that ruined the surprise and the suspense. But just know, no, we did not give up on the podcast. No, it is not just canceled. We have people to do it with as a last resort, but I am really trying to make this final episode of the season count. Because I think it deserves it. I think we've accomplished a good thing. We've started a whole podcast. It obviously is not millions and millions of viewers, but it doesn't have to be. I had fun with it, and people love to enjoy it. I've gotten lots of comments, or just people I know who say, hey, I watched it all, including my mom, of all people. A lot of people seem to enjoy it, and it's something that I enjoy doing, especially because, hey, I'm able to talk about this series that I'm really passionate about with people who I also get along with really well. I also like doing videos like this where I just kind of sit behind some gameplay footage and just talk about Skylanders or whatever, so I really got to do that more often. I'm kind of tired of doing the whole unboxing thing, because I just do it nonstop. People don't need to know more about my collection. I feel like it's engraved in anybody's brain. It's part of the Skylanders canon at this point. So I feel like I need to stop doing all those unboxing videos and really just talk about the games and share my opinions. And sure, I do that on the podcast, but let's be real, all 500 people who watched the Boombringer podcast episode, a good majority of them may not have made it towards the end, and a good majority of them don't know what Boombringer's favorite game in the series is, or whatever. So it allows me to kind of talk, when it's by myself, and it allows me to get to the point straight up, and I don't have to listen to the other person talk, which I'm not complaining. That's a great thing. But you get the point, I think. I hope you get the point. Otherwise, I think we're going great. Again, I'm so sorry for the delay. There's actually a couple other videos that I have planned, but I haven't done anything. If you know Mr. Sky Sleeves, the Skylander dude, he sent me out some Sky Sleeves, if you didn't know, and I was supposed to do a review, or I wasn't supposed to, he didn't pay me to, he just said, here is some, it's just a gift. But now I really want to do a review on them, and I've got everything recorded, but it's kind of a pain in the ass, and I feel like I gotta re-record some parts. But we'll figure it out. We'll just kind of go with it and see where we get. It's just one of those things where there's just so much and so little going on. For those of you who need to be a little bit more well-versed in my personal life, I start college pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean in April. Why couldn't I just start it in September like everybody else? It's been a long process, but I'm starting college in April, so that will be amazing, and I will have something to do. I'm not saying I don't have anything to do now, it's just that I'll have something important to look at. Well, yeah, sure, YouTube is important and all, and I really care about those numbers. It's just that, I don't know, it's really interesting. At some point, you just don't have the motivation to just sit down and talk. Especially, when I've got a whole family. I've got 2 families living in the same house as me, so it gets pretty loud, and it's kind of hard to record sometimes. But when I get to actually recording it, I feel like the outcome's pretty worth it. Right now it's midnight, so everybody's kind of asleep, and I'm able to just sit here in my room and record in a very, very quiet house, and it's really nice. I don't think I really have much else to say. This is just kind of a catch-up video. Again, I'm really sorry for the delay on podcast stuff. My God, bro. If we are able to get the people that I want to talk to on, it will be well worth the wait. I promise. And with the one person that I'm actually getting really close to talking to, I feel like, again, it's well worth the wait. Oh, and My phone just went off. I wonder if you guys heard that. Well, I think that's gonna about wrap it up for this. I do want to do more videos where I just sit and talk in front of my monitor watching the gameplay. Because as you guys are watching it, I'm also watching it. I'm just watching the recorded segment. I'm not actually playing it at the same time. I feel like I'd get way too distracted. I already have a couple of times. I've just gotten way too distracted at the gameplay and what I was doing, and I just completely forgot what I was talking about. So that's why I don't, play the game and talk at the same time. I know a lot of people can. It's just one of those things where it's just more, it's for live streaming. That's what I do for live streaming, but I never live stream. I'm sure that would really benefit me, but there's some weird technical difficulties on my end why I can't stream. But I'll get into that another time. I've already said I'm going to wrap it up, but I really am this time. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this kind of content, let me know. Because I like doing this kind of content. It's kind of fun. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.